Once upon a time, in a castle in a faraway land, there lived a king and a queen who had no child. Every day they prayed to God that they might be blessed with a beautiful baby boy or girl. Finally, their prayers were answered, and a beautiful baby girl was born. Her skin was as white as snow, so she was called Princess Snow White. Snow White grew by leaps and bounds. She became a lovely girl with long black hair. Thus Snow White passed many a happy day, until one day her beloved mother, the Queen, fell ill.
Darling Snow White, help your father the king. Please live with him and comfort him always.
Those were the Queen's last words.
Mother, no!
The King and Snow White were to pass many a sorrowful day. Eventually, however, the King married again. The new Queen, unfortunately, took excessive pride in her own beauty. In her room, the Queen had a grand mirror. Every day, without exception, she stood in front of this mirror and asked,
"Oh, mirror on the wall, if I were to ask you, who is the fairest of them all, what would you say?"
"The answer, plain and short and true, O Queen, it's you." Hearing this, the Queen was supremely satisfied. Thus, many years went by. Snow White grew up to be an extraordinarily beautiful princess. One day, when the Queen asked her mirror the usual question, "O Queen, the fairest on earth by right."
Fairest on earth, go on.
"The fairest on earth by right is Snow White."
You say what? Snow White? More beautiful than I? You're mad.
No matter how often the Queen asked, the answer was the same.
No! What is happening? Ugh!
Furious, the Queen summoned a servant. She ordered him to kill Snow White and to cut off all her black hair as a souvenir.
We've gone so deep into the woods. How much farther now?
The servant simply could not bring himself to take the life of so charming a princess. He told her to flee, and thus, secretly, allowed her to escape. "Go safely, princess." The further she walked into the dark, deserted woods, the more afraid the princess grew. Suddenly, she came across a cottage in a clearing. As she drew near, she found it to be strangely small. Inside, all the furnishings were simple, charming, and quite tiny. Exhausted, Snow White lay down across 3 of the beds and promptly fell into a deep sleep. Meanwhile, after a day spent mining precious stones, the 7 fairies who lived in the cottage returned home. Back inside, they found a human girl asleep on their beds. They were astonished. "Hello there. Excuse me, miss, but who are you?"
Oh my goodness, I must have fallen asleep. Are you the owners of this house? I apologize for coming in alone.
"Please, young lady, think nothing of it. We'd like to know where you come from, though."
I am Princess Snow White. I have come from a castle far away, to which I may never return.
Why, you poor little creature.
Please stay here for as long as you like.
The next day, after the fairies left for work, Snow White baked them pies and cakes, and cleaned their house, and washed their clothes, and waited for their return. Back at the castle, the evil queen knew nothing of all this. The servant had brought back some black hair. The queen was vastly pleased.
Now I am truly the fairest of them all.
Though the queen did not realize it, the hair was not from the head of a princess, but from the tail of a horse. The queen went straight away to her grand mirror. The reply?
The fairest on earth by right is still Snow White.
What are you saying? Are you trying to tell me Snow White is not dead?
Princess Snow White still lives and breathes in a little cottage set amidst the trees.
That's terrible. Snow White is still alive?
Princess Snow White, very soon you shall draw your last breath.
The queen changed into an old apple seller. She would give Snow White a poisoned apple.
Who's there?
It's me, dearie, the old apple granny. I fell down and I think I sprained my ankle. Won't you let me come in?
The kind-hearted Snow White let her come into the cottage to rest.
There, that's much better. I'd like to give you this apple.
Ah, my, I've never seen such a red apple.
It's an especially delicious one. Go on, take a bite.
Almost as soon as she bit into the apple, Snow White collapsed. Poor Snow White. Her eyes remained shut. When the 7 fairies returned, they were shocked. Each in turn tried to talk to Snow White, but she was unable to respond. Before they knew it, the sky went dark, as if the very heavens were also sorrowing for Snow White. There was lightning, there was thunder, and a fierce rain fell, a horrific storm. The evil queen headed back to the castle. Struck by lightning, she fell off a cliff and died. Just then, the prince of a neighboring country lost his way in the woods.
Ah, a cottage. I shall ask for shelter from the rain.
When the prince entered the cottage, he realized that something strange was going on.
What's happened here?
While we were away, it appears that our beloved Princess Snow White has passed on.
But look, her cheeks, her lips. Does she not seem alive still? Smells of poison. But the princess scarcely bit into the apple.
Princess Snow White!
She's come back to life.
You see, the princess was merely sleeping.
They A glorious new day dawned. The prince took Snow White to live with him in his castle. Their wedding was held immediately, and the prince and princess lived happily ever after.